Hey there, CJ Math students, and welcome to homework number 109. Today we're going to do a quick review of the volume of rectangular prisms, but then we're also going to move on to a new shape, and that's a volume of a cylinder. So just as a recap, volume is the amount of space inside of a three-dimensional object. How many 1 by 1 by 1 cubes can you fit inside? So we always find volume after you put your heading up at the top of the paper. Write it like this, as volume is equal to base times height. Base is big because this is determined by the area of the base shape. So yesterday you were working with rectangular prisms, so it was easy, right? The base shape is a rectangle. If I kind of draw out these lines here, you can kind of see the rectangle in the back there. Here's this base shape down at the bottom. It's a rectangle. How do you find the area of a rectangle? Length times width, and then times height. So that's why we kept on using length times width times height, right? So let's do a quick recap. Problem number 1. You can try and draw this out if you want to. If not, you can just write down your length, your width, and your height. So our length here is 8. Our width here is 4. And our height here is 3. So the volume is equal to the area of the base, which is just length times width, times height. So volume is equal to 8 times 4 times 3. So 8 times 4 is 32, and 32 times 3 gives you volume of 96 centimeters cubed. Okay, so you were going to do number 2 on your own. Remember, again, set it up with length, width, height, and write out your formula. V equals length times width times height. Now, the formula is going to change today because you'll notice our base shape is no longer a rectangle. Our base shape is a circle, right? If I were to kind of draw this out just like that all the way around. So what's the area of a circle? Well, it's pi r squared. This is the area of a circle. So that's why that formula V equals BH works, because B just changes, right? When we were working with rectangular prisms, it was length times width times H, right? Now that we're working with a circle, it's pi r squared times H, right? Remember, R stands for radius, and that's halfway through a circle. And so when we do number 3, we're going to go ahead and say, okay, our R is equal to 8. Our height is equal to 16. So our volume is equal to pi r squared h. Volume is equal to pi, it says right here, uses 3.14, so 3.14 times r squared, so times 8 squared. Remember, that is 8 times 8, not 8 times 2, and then times your height, which is 16. So volume is equal to 3.14. You got to do the exponents first, because that's what order of operation tells us to do. So that's 64 times 16. And then we'll multiply this all out and get our answer of 3,215.36, but it clearly says round to the nearest tenth, so the 3 is in the 10th spot. The 6 tells us to round up. So your volume is equal to 3,215.4. Again, we rounded up. This is inches cubed, remember, because volume is always in units cubed. But we round up here because if the number behind the 10th spot is 5 or more, we let it sort. If it's 4 or less, we would keep it the same. All right, let's do number 4 together. So our radius is 2, and our height is 6. So volume is equal to pi r squared, because that's the area of a circle, times height. So volume is equal to 3.14 times 2 squared. That is 2 times itself, in this case 2 times 2, so we're lucky since it's a 2, times height 6. So volume is equal to 3.14 times 4 times 6, and our answer is 75.36. Again, the 3 happens to be in the 10th spot, so we look at the 6, that's more than 5, and so we round up 75.4 inches cubed. So we've done 1, you got to do 2, we've done 3 and 4. On the back side, I'm going to have you do number 5. You got a radius of 1, you got 0.75 as your height. 6, you got a radius of 2, you got 9 as your height. 7, you got a radius of 3 and 6 is your height. And 8, you got a radius of 7 and 20 is your height. So make sure that you're writing these out there. If you want to know how to draw a cylinder, if you want to do it, you draw 2 circles, just kind of off a little bit, and then just connect them on the outside with lines like that. But it's totally up to you if you want to draw the shape or not. And lastly, question number 9. So it says, how many gallons of water does the cooler hold? 1 foot cubed of water is equal to 7.5 gallons. So hint, find the volume first, right? So again, volume, by this time you should know, is pi r squared times height, because this is a cylinder, right? So volume is equal to 3.14 times r squared. But that's not a radius, that is a diameter. So the half of 1 foot is 0.5. So 0.5 squared, use your calculator when you're doing that, times your height of 1.7. Now, you're going to find the volume. I'm going to let you do that calculation, but that's not going to be your answer. You're going to notice down here that you're going to, whatever answer you get, you're not going to see down there, because the whole problem said, how many gallons of water does the water cooler hold? It didn't just say find the volume. You have to find the volume in order to then find how many gallons it holds. So whatever your volume is, take that and divide it by 7.5, and that should get you towards your answer. Okay? I'm going to end this off here with a quick song from Flowcabulary. So this is a catchy tune. Don't forget to take a picture of your work and email it to me, and do your 20 minutes of ST Math.
Was my radius, we off the craziest. Hey yo, who wants to battle me? I'm shaped like a battery, a cylinder and stack circles. Yeah, exactly. I'm the one that these knuckleheads love to hate. My volume is pi r squared times h. Now ain't that great? Cylinder volume is pi r squared h. I'm in the shape of a cup. Claim victory and you'll be raising me up.
And that's it, guys. Have a good one.